Hello everybody, I thought I'd do a review on a show I went to see last night. And while it's still fresh in memory, I thought I'd do it, as soon as possible, which is now. Anyway, what is the show? It is Cilla the Musical. And I was so impressed with it that I came home and I thought, I must tell the world, or anyone who's going to watch this, how much I enjoyed it. And if you're a fan of Cilla Black or the 60s, it's probably a show that you will want to go and see for yourself. First of all, the venue. I saw it last night I went to Rhyl Pavillion Theatre, which is in Rhyl, North Wales, and it's an excellent venue. I had pretty decent seats. There's a little bar. We arrived early, had a drink. People started to come in. Then there was an announcement that the show was starting 7:30, and we took our seats and we enjoyed. It was a two-part production, so there was a little bit of a break halfway through, and the show finally finished about 10:30. So for the money, you got 3 hours. More of that in a minute. This is the little flyer that was provided. There were programmes on sale, and it was well attended. Well, it seemed to be full. There were one or two empty seats maybe, but it was well attended. It's in Rhyl for a week, I think, but it has been going round the country. Rhyl, for example, it's actually the first week that it's out, 21st to 25th of August, and then it moves on to Salford, and then Aberdeen, and then Bromley, and they're sort of there for part of the week, and finally down November, December, High Wycombe. So they're going mainly around the north, where you'd expect most of Cilla's fans to be based. I don't know. Maybe they've done the south before. I don't know, to be honest with you. So when I say that this has only started now, it starts on this sort of programme leaflet flyer now. Anyway, more of the show. What did it cost me? Well, it cost me £36 for a ticket, £36.50 for a ticket, and because there were two of us, it cost £73. The cast, I can understand why. I mean, that's like £10. That's £10 an hour I'm paying for entertainment, which it can be. It seems pricey, but when you break it down like that, not bad. And you can understand why, because the cast is quite significant. A lot of musicians in there. 4 lads who play the Beatles, another 3 who play the big 3. Cilla herself, other members of the cast, parents and friends, and that they had a bit of a sing. They're obviously singers as well. They're not just actors; they're singers. They are, real artists. These people. So you'd understand the price. You get what you pay for at the end of the day. The backdrop, the scenes that they did. It was clever how they did it. They moved the stage in and out. They brought the scenes where parts of her life were played at home or in other people's houses or in a recording studio. It was clever how they did it. Simple but effective. The costumes were out of this world. The singing was incredible. The Beatles and the big, when they played songs from the 60s, it was amazing. Everyone seemed to be loving it. And most of all, they loved Cilla. And some of the songs that, it showed her life from working in a factory, to all intents and purposes, to becoming Cilla the superstar. When she entered the world of television and her musical career sort of came to an end. So that it came up to the point when she moved from making hit records to becoming a personality, a television personality. So really it was her youth, and it was the 60s that they were really focused on. Showed her time in America, showed her management team, showed the relationship with her husband, with her family. There was some laughs, there were some tears. The songs, though, I found, when she started singing, it brought tears to my eyes. Memories and nostalgia, and times gone, and opportunities lost, but also opportunities that we've had, and opportunities still to come, maybe. And it's a real case of not poverty, but going from a home where there was no front door. Her parents lived in a flat, and they had to go through a barber shop to get from that to stardom, and and the determination as well. By the way, if you give up after, she bombed. Her first audition bombed. She had a second go. Her first single bombed. Second one went to number one. It's a story of persistence and hurdles along the way, and some tragedy as well going on in there. But it was a great evening, and the main thing is the music. And Cara Lily Hayworth, who played Cilla, absolutely, you'd swear it was her. What a voice she's got, by the way, Cara Lily Hayworth. What a voice! Cilla had a voice. Cara Lily Hayworth has a voice. It's had reviews, has the audience on its feet, and does her memory proud, was one review from the stage. 24 carat celebration of Cilla Black and her lasting legacy, exhilarating Whittle Globe. So it's had good reviews, and the whole evening was a great evening. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I didn't know if I was going to enjoy it. Even the parking worked well. Because we got a little early, we found a good parking space, and after 5 o'clock it's free parking, and it was like 7:30, so there was no charge for parking at the Pavillion Theatre, which was absolutely a bonus, because you pay your tickets and then everything else adds up on top of that. It can become quite an evening. I'm glad I invested some of my time, 3 hours of my time. £10 an hour, £10 and a cent an hour. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would recommend it. Congratulations to them for putting it on. It's a big cast, by the way. It's quite big, so you understand why it's quite expensive to go and see that. And when they say, it does her memory proud, it does. It brought back a lot of the past, and the costumes were absolutely amazing. The sparkly ones, and there was this big thing that came down at the end, a big sign that comes down at the end with Cilla's name in lights, and it's like, there's a lot of thought and effort gone into the presentation as well. So that's my little review on it. I recommend it. Go and see it. A lot of people were there last night. They were on their feet. They were clapping. The main claps were for Cilla, obviously, when she started singing her big hit singles. They loved it. And at the end, everyone was up and having a bit of I'm not one for dancing, but got up and had a bit of a dance as it was. Everyone came back on stage to, for the hit singles from the 60s. Go and see it. It is, as it says here, a 24 carat celebration. It is gold. And, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Glad I went. I hope you enjoy it too. Bye for now.